but that we can acknowledge you and that you'll make the path straight. I pray that for the court this morning. Also pray that the peace that transcends all understanding would be here. But that only comes when we humble ourselves under the mighty hand of God, that we may be exalted in due time by casting all of our cares onto you, because you care for us, because we realize without you we can do nothing. And it's in Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thanks, sir. All right, well, the time is 9:02. We do have a quorum present, so we will call this meeting of Commissioners Court to order. Are there any citizens' comments?
No, sir.
Item number 1, consider and take action on minutes from previously held meeting of Commissioners Court on October 24, 2023. Are there any additions, deletions, or comments?
Hearing none, Judge, I move we approve the minutes of the Commissioners Court regular session on October 24th, 2023, as presented.
I'll second his motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Tooley and second by Commissioner Spivey to approve the minutes of the October 24th meeting as presented. All those in favor of the motion? Passes unanimous.
I abstain.
Passes 4-0 with Commissioner McCann abstaining. Item number 2, consider and take action on contract with Tyler Technologies ERP for financial software related to ARPA state and local fiscal recovery fund projects. Ms. Monk.
It's been a long year.
Yes, it has.
Yeah, I'm sure you all are all aware that we're being forced to look at new financial software. We're going to be losing STW. It's been a little stressful since we just went on STW a few years ago, but we've spent the last year vetting various financial software companies, which there are not very many of. And the one I would like to have, we can't afford. The install's going to be between $1 million and $1.5 million on that one. So I think that Munis is probably the best one I could find out there for our county size. It has been to the IT committee, of course, a couple of times, and I've invited all of you to come watch the software demos. And I'm just not sure what other path to take, but I think this would be the best one for the county that we can afford.
Court questions?
On software packages like this, when there's not very many out there to choose from and the prices are all over the place, how do you procure that? I mean, are they
We're buying them through a
buy board type?
it's not a buy board, it's called
but-
Sourcewell,
yeah.
but it's a purchasing co-op
Okay.
that we're a member of.
Okay.
And
I
this
will
one,
say that Kaufman County just finished their install back in March. They love it, and she acts like there hasn't been any issues, but I'm sure there have been along the way. But they did do the install in Kaufman County recently, so we'll have a good resource there as we work our way through this.
We don't have to be the guinea pig. We don't have to be the guinea pig.
No, we're not the guinea pig. This is part of Tyler Technologies, a multi-international company.
Now, during the vetting, we had many demonstrations of the various types, and price is always a major factor, but this one meets all of the needs that we have. It does have timekeeping package, budgeting, all of those items that
Payroll, fixed assets.
Okay.
so other than the one that you really wanted that was too expensive, does this one have any cons that?
I think it's more robust than what we have right now, so we're gonna have a bigger learning curve. There's gonna be a lot more to it that we're gonna have to learn. I think that's gonna be the biggest con for us.
Is there some support?
They say there's quite a bit, and we've talked to other counties that have this installed and learned a lot from them. Every county we talked to was very pleased, and the most important thing I got from all the other counties, to use the system properly, somebody must go to their annual conference. You learn so much at their annual conference, so we'll be sending at least one employee a year. I don't think it really would require more than one employee, just somebody go gather information and talk to other counties.
That is one thing that over the years that we have learned as we've become more integrated and employing more and more technology, that going to these conferences is really a must, and having full grasp of what the systems can do and what's
Clinton County
going.
had never been to the conference, and when the new auditor came in, she and another employee went, and they were amazed at all the things they were not utilizing properly to streamline things.
Well, that, when we moved in other applications before, we have found in the past that without that, we may use half
That's
of
what they
what,
discovered in Clinton County.
of what we're paying for, and, that's inefficient, so.
When would we start the changeover?
Pretty quick, because we want to go live on the financials October 1st next year, and then go live on payroll January 1st of 2025.
How long has this software been out? How many years?
At least 20,
20
not
years,
longer.
so-
It hasn't been offered to counties our size until
Mhm.
recently, but I think they realized they were missing an opportunity because so many counties our size didn't like the Encode system, which is their other financial software they offer.
Mhm.
So they were missing a market there. So they've only recently offered it to counties that are under 100,000.
That's the main thing, is,
Right.
and you said Tyler Technologies, the one that offers this,
Yes, it's one of their products.
so hopefully they won't be bought out and do away with
It'd
it.
be awfully big to buy
Yeah.
out.
What is this, what will this replace outside the audit department? That, like STW for us?
It's replacing STW.
Oh, replacing-
STW's going away.
As far as outside the audit office, it'll be that PO system is what will be seen by the other, working with the other offices, POs and timekeeping.
Does, so does other departments, do they have to call y'all to get POs, or do they have?
Most of them do, yes.
Most of them do? So would they have access to this to issue their own POs?
No, we won't be doing that with other departments.
Okay.
Historically, it has been the audit office and commissioners that have that capability, even back to the PO book days. Those were the only ones that, under our rules, that we allow that for.
And now the sheriff's department.
And the sheriff's department now.
Well, that's only been recent, but
Right.
I think that's worked out really well. So, okay. A lot more efficient for everybody.
Now, and then in 25, it'll go, payroll will go on this same system?
Yes.
What is payroll on right now?
It's on STW.
So it'll stay on STW for the next?
Yes.
For 24?
When did we go to STW?
2018,
2018?
It hasn't been that long.
Yeah.
because y'all were going, I think somebody canceled a meeting in December 22nd.
No, that was PubWorks.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Sorry, there was two things going on. So it may not be 2018, that's
No,
what
it's
I was
about
thinking.
2018.
It was about
somewhere
that.
there.
Yeah, it was about the same time
It
that
hasn't been that
we
long.
moved PubWorks out.
Yeah, it was about 18, because it's right there before Ken passed away, and because he
Right.
pulled his hair out on it.
Yes.
Well, and when you think about it, we went, I'm trying to remember when we originally went to another system, case management. Was it 2002 or 3 we went to Able Term? 2001, somewhere in there. Then 2014 we went to Odyssey. Here we are again now in 2023 on upgrading to Navigator. 10 years on software is really stretching it and stretching that. So, our hardware upgrades are every 3 to 4 years. And software, it's just become not an annual, but a regular process. And that's kind of where we're at now.
It's not what I wanted to do at this time, but
No.
we're being forced.
And it does add us another software that's in the Tyler Technology family of softwares, much like road materials. It's a very monopolistic industry.
I was at the presentation when they came down, and they have a lot to offer on this program, the software,
It's gonna be a lot for us to learn.
to learn.
Yeah. And total cost, that $524,725. Court, further discussion? Well, hearing none, thank everyone for their efforts being involved in this. We have a motion to approve, and I believe with the judge's authorization to sign.
So moved with the judge's authorization to sign.
I'll second.
Motion made by Commissioner Richardson and seconded by Commissioner Spivey to approve the contract with Tyler Technologies ERP for financial software related to the ARPA and State Local Physical Recovery Fund project with the county judge's authorization to sign. All those in favor of the motion? Passes unanimously. Item number 3 is consider and take action on amended fund balance policy for Henderson County. Court, you'll remember we began to have this discussion during budget and discussing our fund balance policy on how much we'll hold in fund balance. And we had a workshop last week discussing it, and this kind of to finalize it. Ms. Monk, you want to discuss?
Yeah, these fund balance policies are now a requirement of GASB. GASB kind of controls governmental accounting standards. It's what our auditors look at to make sure we're in compliance with all the accounting rules that are out there. This policy we put in place, probably around 2012, something like that. Initially, we had the general fund balance set at 20% fund balance. And at that time, we had Road and Bridge also at a 20% fund balance requirement. Things that were really tight, especially with the road materials, is we dropped that down to 10% just to get a little bit of flexibility for the commissioners. But it also reduced fund balance if, in the case y'all had an emergency and needed that additional funds. Things are a lot healthier right now, and it was brought up during budget that we'd like to get back up to a 20% fund balance requirement for Road and Bridge. So that's all this is changing. It's going back from 10% up to 20%.
Court, questions?
This, I think we should have a paper for all of us to sign on this.
Should be done up at the end. Should be.
Yes.
Yeah, I just meant up here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know I mentioned something to Ms. Monk a couple of years ago about maybe moving the road and bridge back up to the 20%, just because, just looking at things as we've moved ahead, making sure we have a healthy fund balance so if something does happen, with the cost of materials, the cost of equipment, the cost of, in my case, a lot of times bridge materials, it's just getting so expensive that 10% wasn't going to cover if we were to have a major flood incident or something like that, we wasn't going to have enough money in there to even really get started. So I thought for us to have a healthy fund balance was going to be important for us in the years coming. So that's why I mentioned it earlier.
Yeah. Well, in 2012, when we implemented this policy, it was good, sound, financial policy, and implemented it at the 20%. If you'll remember, for those of you that weren't here, we went through a stretch of about four years there that was really difficult on Road and Bridge of being able to meet its needs. And a year later, we reduced that down to 10% to be able to meet the needs. And here we are today where we have had increases in prices, but there's a stabilization that's gone on. And it's good for us in that aspect to build, but one of the contributing factors is the fact now that we get this from the state, our threshold to meet federal emergency funding has gotten so high that where in the past we have enjoyed the ability for the feds to come in and reimburse us for costs, the state population in that formula, that threshold's gotten so high that it becomes more and more difficult to meet that threshold, and therefore we have to be in a position to fund this as if we're not going to receive any reimbursements during disasters. Shane, would you like to, isn't that number like 32 million now?
It's 51 or something.
51 million.
But even the county, I sent you the email a couple of weeks ago, the county's increased.
Yeah, it's like 329,000, I think, now,
329,000 now.
of uninsured losses. That does not include insured losses. So it's becoming more and more difficult for us to reach that threshold. So that being the case, it truly is, prudent on our part to make preparations as if we're not going to get any reimbursement.
We've learned to find out how hard it is to get reimbursement too.
Yes, which we'll be having a class hopefully pretty soon on some of the deeper aspects of that here locally. Court, is there further discussion on this item? Comments? Well, if not, can we have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner McCann and second by Commissioner Tooling to approve the amended fund balance policy as presented for Henderson County. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Passes unanimously. Item number 4 is consider and take action on a request from Red Hill Cemetery to assist with labor and equipment for repairs to a drive area on the north section of cemetery located in Precinct 3. Commissioner McCann?
Yes, this is Red Hill, request by Red Hill Cemetery. They are a historic cemetery in Precinct 3, and they requested that Precinct 3 help them with labor and equipment on a section of about 400 feet of road in the new section that they're fixing to open up. And I should be coming next week with their check for the materials.
Court, questions for the commissioner? Entertain a motion.
I move to approve the request from Red Hill Cemetery to assist with labor and equipment for repairs to a drive area on the north section of the new part of the cemetery located in Precinct 3.
I'll second his motion.
Motion made by Commissioner McCann and seconded by Commissioner Richardson to approve the request from Red Hill Cemetery for, to assist with labor and equipment for repairs to a north area, to a drive area on the north section of the cemetery located in Precinct 3. All those in favor of the motion? Passes unanimously. Item number 5 is receive financial reports, which we have none. Item 6 is consider and take action on payroll distributions and accounts cash sheet. We have none of those available today. Item number 7 is consider and take action on submitted contracts, which we have none. And item 8 is consider and take action on request for right-of-way permits. Commissioner McCann.
Looks like I have several. The first one is Charter Spectrum fiber optic cable on County Road 3407 to install one Class 5 30-foot pole equipped with power supply cabinet and trench, approximately 20 feet of 1 to 2 inch HDPE conduit.
You want to do them all
Yeah,
together?
just do them all together.
Okay.
If I can get it to all load up here. The other one is Charter Spectrum fiber optic cable, several roads, 3410, 3407, 3426, 3426A, 3406, 3405, 3409, and that's to install 35,512 feet of aerial cable attached to existing poles, approximately 120 feet of underground conduit, 2 vaults within the right-of-way of 3410, 3407, 3426, 3406, 3405, and 3409. Next is, again, is Charter Spectrum fiber optic cable. County Road 3403, 3404, 3408, 3411, 3412, Pheasant, Dove Lane, and Phoenix South Drive. That's for another 26,000 feet of fiber optic cable, 1,900 of underground, and then 8 vaults. The next one is also Charter Spectrum. It's 3302, 3400, 3402, 3300, and Noonday Road. That's for another 19,000 feet of aerial and 5,200 of underground. There are some underground on here. As far as I could tell, most of them except over on Noonday Road, which is really half city of Chandler, and then partially precinct 3. And all the underground on the county roads was in the right of way, not under the road.
Questions for the commissioner concerning the right-of-way permits?
So County Road 3411,
I can't.
it has Chandler, City of Chandler on there, but I don't,
Is that the Noonday Road?
I don't know, it's on page 42.
Yeah, I can't get mine.
Here you go, Commissioner.
Yeah, that's Noonday Road. So that part up there would be really inside the city of Chandler.
So they would take care of that?
Yeah.
Any other discussion? Entertain,
That's 3411. I don't believe that's right. I believe 3411 is your road, isn't it? Isn't that the Pecan Nursery Road?
Is it 14 or 11?
11. 3411, mine won't load up on here, but,
it looks like.
okay. I believe that is that 37? Yeah, I believe 3411 is one of the roads that we gave up after the census that is in precinct 4 now.
Okay. It was one of those dead-end roads. Didn't it?
No, well, no, it comes out. It's what we call the Pecan Nursery Road. It goes
Okay.
from 317 back around to 315.
3411.
Okay.
It looks like most of that is in the Pecan Nursery.
What about page 38? 3408.
That looks like it's in the right of way. I don't see them crossing the road anywhere.
They got 2 vaults on each side of the road.
Down there at the bottom. Yeah, so they do have one crossing the road.
Any further discussion? Entertain a motion.
Do you want me to go ahead and add 3411?
Yeah.
Okay. We just want to make sure that 3411 is a precinct 4 road.
I've sent them all the precinct maps showing where they're supposed to send them to, but they're still getting them confused on the roads.
If there's no more questions, I move that we approve the notice of proposed utility line activity for Charter Spectrum on the roads that have already been mentioned with the commissioner's signature.
I'll second the motion.
Motion made by Commissioner McCam, second by Commissioner Richardson, to approve the right-of-way agreement with Charter Spectrum for installation of fiber optic cable and equipment along the aforementioned roads. Any further discussion? Oh, with the Commissioner's authorization to sign,
Yeah.
sorry. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Passes 4-1, Commissioner Tooley opposing. Item number 9, consider and take action on submitted budget amendments. We have none. Item number 10 is consider and take action on payment of bills. Ms. Carpenter.
Yes, sir, we have fiscal year 2023 in the amount of $386,521.39.
Commissioner Spivey, questions?
I have no questions, Judge.
Commissioner Tooley?
I have none.
Commissioner McCam?
I have no question.
Commissioner Richardson?
No questions, Judge.
Entertain a motion.
I'd like to approve the bills of fiscal year 2023 in the amount of $386,521.39 as presented.
I'll second the motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Richardson and second by Commissioner McCann to approve the bills in the amount of $386,521.39 as presented. All those in favor of the motion? Passes unanimously. Item 11 is consider and take action on submitted plats.
We have 2 in precinct 2 and all these are paid.
Commissioner?
The first one is the Pinnacle Club. It's just your actual taking 2 lots and combining them into one. Be lot 15 and combining, making 515-R.
Questions for the Commissioner? Entertain a motion.
Judge, we approve the final plat of lot Pinnacle Club Phase 2, Section E, replatting lot 515 and 516, creating lot 515-R for filing purposes only.
I'll second his motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Tooley and second by Commissioner Richardson to approve the final replat in the Pinnacle Club, final plat, creating final plat lot 515R in Phase 2, Section E of the Pinnacle Club for filing purposes only. All those in favor? Passes unanimously.
The next one is in the Three Harbors subdivision, and it's also taking 2 lots and combining them into one.
Question, Commissioner?
Hearing none, Judge, I move we approve the final plat of Three Harbors development, replatting lots 62 and 63, creating lot 62R for filing purposes only.
I'll second his motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Tooley and second by Commissioner Spivey to approve the final replat, creating lot 62R for filing purposes only. I do have a question.
Okay.
When you look at that, is that in the apex of a curve?
I think are you talking about in the back or the bottom?
At the top.
That's the lake.
Oh, that's the lake itself. Okay, following the 325?
Yes, sir.
Okay. No further question. Any other questions? All those in favor? Passes unanimously. Item 12, open and consider bids. We have none. And item 13 is convene into executive session pursuant to the Texas Government Code Section 551.074 regarding personnel matters, namely review and discussion of applicants for the County Veteran Service Officer position. We get a motion to move into executive session.
I'd like to make a motion to move in executive session at 9:35.
I'll second the motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Richardson and second by Commissioner McCann to move into executive session at 9:35. All those in favor? Passes unanimously. Thank you very much. We'll be back.